So, good morning, everyone. I conducted my paper on a study on the volume of commodity futures traded in India during uncertain events. So, this is a topic related to the commodity market that has been in India from 2003 onwards. So, I would like to go through this all through my presentation. So, let me explain what is commodity and what all are coming in this particular category. So, commodities are those of financial commodity futures are financial instruments who a purchaser can buy that particular future and at a predetermined price for in a future date. So derivatives are a specific financial instruments um, that that the value is derived from uh, their underlying assets. It can be a stock, it can be a fixed income security, it can be a commodity. So commodities are basically divided into four major categories. The first one is agriculture, uh, base metal, energy, and bullions. So let me tell about the background of the study. So the Indian commodity derivative market has been coming to evolution since its beginning. So we can see the uh, growth from there. So nowadays, people after the COVID, people are more interested in trading and all that kind of stuff. So commodity market is still in their infant stage, I guess. So we can see the trade statistics. This is from MCX. So the futures, the number of contractors is around 4,35,000. So this is the active number of contracts. So this is the background of the study. And here, what I am going to do is that I am taking certain uncertain events that happened over this decade. I am considering the effect of that particular uncertain event on the commodity that is listed in MCX, National Commodity Exchange. So I have taken insights from these papers done by Shalini, Shruti, and Gupta. So we can see that all of the literature are particular to a specific event. There is no particular study that has been conducted for the whole commodity market for the whole uncertain event. So the major research gap is that there is no study based on the volume of commodity traded. Every study is based on the price of the commodities that has been traded. So um, and it has been conducted, the studies are conducted for a particular uncertain event. So the need for the study is still there with respect of the volume of commodity futures. So the major research questions that I am going to address is that how is this traded commodities volume affected during the unfortunate events, and what all are the different how these different commodity categories are responding to different unpredictable events. So the study aims to uh, address the gap how uncertain events influence both short-term, long-term volatilities of major Indian commodity future market. So my research objectives are mainly three: to analyze the impact of uncertain events on trading volume in the Indian commodity future market, to investigate variations in the response of different commodity categories to uncertain events, and to identify the key factors contributing to these changes in the volume. So the research design, the data is collected from MCX, and from the beginning, MCX started in November 2003. From that date to 2002, 2022, I have collected the data. So uh, because of the some commodities are does not have that continuity in their data. So since this is a time series analysis, I have to get the data completely. Missing values are not considered. So only since there are around 56 commodities are listed in MCX, I have only taken 17. So agro in agro there is cotton and methanol. In energy, crude oil, natural gas, and crude oil Brent is there, and base metal, aluminum, copper, nickel, lead, and zinc is there. In bullions, gold mini, gold minia, gold petal, silver mini, and silver mic is there. And the uncertain events that I have identified is that the 2008 financial crisis, the Arab Spring in 2011, and the Europe debt crisis in 2012, Chinese economic crisis in 2015, COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, global chip shortage, that is a semiconductor chip shortage in 2021, Russia-Ukraine war. So you can see that all these events have very global impact That is this kind of events have that kind of impact which affect the commodity market all around the world. So there is a design I have used regression and Kusumov square test and Chow test. So regression test is to identify the relationship between the volume of commodity traded and the total volume of the price of the commodities. And Kusumov square test is used to identify the structural breaks happened uh, in the particular time period due to this event. And the Chow test is used to provide the validation of this Kusumov square test. Let me explain in my data analysis. So this is particular analysis of a gold. So you can see that there is a graph of there is a line graph of which showing that time period of 2004 to 2022. This is a Kusumov square test. So what it is doing that it it take the square residuals, it take the residuals and identify if there is any structural breaks is present or not. So here we can see that from 2004 to 2008, the graph, the blue line is going still. And at 2008, due to particular some event, it has been changed and it has been gone upwards. So we can see that there is a structural break happened in this particular time series. So in 2008, we have identified our particular event is this 2008 financial crisis. So that particular event has affected this particular commodity. And the Chow test is in the right side, in the left side of your screen. So you can see the probability of 0.01. So there is a null hypothesis for Chow test. That is, there is no relationship between the event and there is no structural break. There is no structural break. That is the null hypothesis of Chow test. But we can see that here the value is below 0.05. So we have to reject the null hypothesis. So there is a structural break happened in 2008. So this is a data analysis of another commodity, that is crude oil, which coming under the category of energy. So we can see that the crude oil has undergone several structural breaks. In 2008, it is one is there, and it has been increased. And in 2015, there is one structural break was there, and in 2020 there is a structural break. So we can see that the time series analysis always come to revert back to their mean. So even if there is some short-term fluctuation, it will go to that particular mean always. That is a specification for the time series analysis. So here, due to some particular event, the mean has been changed and new mean has arrived. So that is what I have been identified through this Chow test and Kusumov square test. So like this, I have been conducted the analysis of 17 commodities. So these are the findings. So you can see that what all are the events which each commodity is affected by, and there are also some other structural break happened in this particular. For example, cotton. Cotton in 2008 to 2012, there is a significant structural break happened, but we don't know what is a particular reason. And in lead also it is there, and in zinc also it is there. So unidentified. So some events which has been not taken by us, so that is also there. And we can see that uh, most of the commodities are affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and Arab Spring and global financial crisis. So these all are the major three events that has been affected by this particular commodities. So my first objective was to analyze the impact of certain uncertain events on the trading volume of Indian commodity futures. So um, the trading volume has been affected by this particular commodities by these events, and the variation. There is no particular pattern in this affection. So that is also there. So the energy commodities like crude oil and natural gas were strongly responded to the volume has been strongly responded to the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war. And the meta oil, cotton, the agricultural commodities also shown this similar kind of impact um, to the COVID-19 pandemic and Russia-Ukraine war. So some unidentified discovery is also there of such as cotton, gold, zinc, and meta oil. Highlight there is a possible internal market dynamics that are particular to each commodity. So after conducting my research, I have been come forward with certain recommendation, that is, so we have to do specific stress testing, scenario based testing to before investing this particular market. So there is no particular pattern in these impacts, but we can say that the uncertain events have some uh, huge impacts in the trading volume and as well as the price of these particular events. So in the future, while a person who wants to invest in the commodity market, they can say that if in 2008 financial crisis, this much amount of variation happened in cotton and or in crude oil. So he can make strategies according to that. So he can earn revenue, he can make money, and he can reduce his risk at that particular uncertain event time. So the data driven approach and doing the specific stress testing and scenario based modeling will help the investors to reduce their risk and to become more resilient towards the uncertain events. And coming to the conclusion, so the basic idea of the study was to identify the structural changes, structural breaks in the commodity market of in the commodity market. So the study shows that there is no particular pattern in this structural breaks, and there is and the amount of structural breaks that has been happened in each of the commodity categories. So the investors can make their particular investing decision according to this study. So that is all about the study. Thank you.